Sorry about that. Sometimes when I'm trying to turn the camera around, I accidentally press the wrong button and then I end the stream or I do something else. So we're still here on EDSA watching the MMDA do the strict implementation of the yellow lane, the bus lane, and the motorcycle lane. Sorry, that bus is very noisy. So also the motorcycle lane where they have to be in the blue lane. There are some people waiting here for buses, but they shouldn't be picked up because that would be illegal loading. They really have to walk down to the bus stop, the designated bus stop. So not only are they verbally telling drivers no loading, unloading here, but they've also got signs. So let's go and take a look at this guy's sign. So this one says PUV stay on yellow lane. They've also got other signs that say no loading, no unloading. They've got various signs. So, you know, those drivers who pretend like, oh, I didn't hear the 50 enforcers screaming at me not to unload. Well, there's also signs, and they also do hand signals. So there's really no excuse if they decide to ignore them and do it anyway. So you can see that guy that I was walking past a minute ago who's waiting for a bus. He's talking to the enforcer now, and he's probably telling him, you're going to have to go to the bus station because if a bus stops here to pick you up, we're going to write him a ticket. So let's turn the camera around. So aside from keeping people on the yellow lane, for instance, buses in here, private vehicles over there, they're also trying to keep the motorbikes in the motorbike lane. And so far today, it's been going very, very well. And you can see it's really smooth here. So happy with the results, but it does mean there's not too much to show on camera. Good morning, EDSA. Yes. Actually, we've been here since I think around 6:15 a.m., something like that. I think an installed CCTV camera will be helpful to catch violating drivers. Well, you know, the MMDA already have the metro base, and they have cameras all throughout here. They can see all the violators, and they can issue a non-contact apprehension. The problem is that the penalty is so minor. It's basically the price of a coffee from Starbucks. So that's one of the things that the MMDA want to work on. They want to increase the penalty to a much higher amount, so they actually act as a deterrent, because right now they're like, yeah, whatever, that's nothing. And if it's a non-contact apprehension, it's usually not even going to be the driver that pays it. What's going to happen is that bus is going to collect 20, 30, 40 violations, and then when it comes time to renew the franchise, that's when the bus company will pay them all. So it's not even the driver that's going to be held accountable. So what they really need to do is make the penalty much higher, like 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 pesos, because then, you know, the bus companies are going to be like, oh, this is actually costing us a lot of money. Or the other one is to do a timeout. Like, if you do an illegal loading, unloading, take it down the side street for 1 hour off the road, 1 hour that they can't be earning money, something like that, as long as they can find a suitable area to store them. But of course, this all has red tape. You know, whenever you want to change the law, whenever you want to change the rules, there's a lot of red tape, so it takes a long time. Some of these buses really sound like tanks when they're going along. Oops, looks like this one might be going for an illegal unload. He's telling him, no, keep going, keep going, keep going. Might still try anyway. Let's watch. Is he gonna do it? And this is why it takes so many enforcers, because they just keep trying and trying and trying, and he'll go until the last enforcer. In fact, look, you can see there he's now going to unload because he's gone past the last enforcer. And this is the problem. The penalty is so... Oh, here you go. There's an escorted bus. Let me show you. This is the MRT replacement bus being escorted by LTO. So they're doing those escorted buses as a replacement service for the MRT while it has limited capacity. So yeah, basically the penalty is so low at the moment that the drivers aren't scared, the bus companies aren't scared, but hopefully that will change soon. Because realistically, you can't have so many enforcers on the road, like 50, 100, 150 every day, especially not in such a small area, because they need to be used in other areas. This bus is also hoping to unload, but they've managed to move him along. But honestly, people say, well, that's fine for today, but next week it's going to go back to normal. And you're probably right. Honestly, you're probably right, because they can't, they don't have enough men to do this every day, to do it in so many different roads. So yes, it is going to, it is going to go back to normal, but there's only so much they can do. I don't blame the enforcers, I blame it on the drivers who refuse to follow the law every day, despite being told, despite being penalized. So yeah, the only way it's going to work is once the MMDA get the higher penalties approved, and then it's going to make a big difference. So it looks like here there's another bus that's trying to unload, they're moving in forwards. Imagine, even with all of these enforcers, all telling him, all holding signs, they still try anyway. What happened to the previously live video? Sometimes when I'm trying to turn the camera around, I press the wrong button and then it ends the stream. It's kind of annoying, but it's my mistake basically. Well, I hope instead of 500 for penalty, they should increase it. Yeah, I mean, some of the penalties are like 150 pesos. That's the price of a Starbucks coffee. Here we've got another bus that wants to unload, but no, keep moving. This door is open, so I think that in itself is actually a violation, the open door policy, or the closed door policy. Let's see if he unloads. No, he's still being flagged on. And look, he's going to stop just in front of the MMDA where the enforcers end, and then he'll unload anyway. And that's the problem. You've got so many men here, so many women here telling you, don't unload, go to the proper designated bus stop, and they don't care because the penalty is too small. That's the reality of it. But still, they are managing to keep it. Wow, these buses. They are managing to keep the road flowing. Like, there's no traffic right now. They're actually doing it. It's just taking a lot of work. People need to be responsible and follow the rules. Yes, they do. It's easy to blame it on the enforcers, but how about those who just refuse to follow the rules? Okay, it looks like they're trying to stop this bus. Let's go forward and see what's going on. Not exactly sure why. Let's try and work it out. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's for loading passengers? I'm not sure. They're saying to give him a ticket, but I'm not sure what for. Let's go over there and see what's going on. In fact, that's the guy that we want to speak to also about the exemption. Let's see what's going on. Boss, what's the violation? Loading, unloading. Okay, thank you. So yeah, illegal loading, unloading. Let's walk back down this way and see if any other action goes on. I mean, that's just one of many buses that are being stopped today. And imagine there are so many enforcers here. In fact, over there's a lot more of them. There's like so many of them. But still they do it. So they really, you can't feel bad for them, because what do you need? You literally need someone on the bus screaming in your ear, don't unload, don't unload. Like, what more can you do, basically? And this is the problem, that even with so many enforcers, with so much effort going into this, some of the drivers are just too stubborn. They will not follow the rules. They absolutely refuse to follow the rules. See, what I would like to do right now... Sorry, that motorbike was super loud. What I would like to do is to take that bus, take it down one of the side streets, and say, right, you're on a timeout, 2 hours, you can't drive the vehicle. And then his boss will be like, why is my bus not making money? And then that will serve as a real penalty. Forget the minor fee of 150, 200 pesos, 500 pesos. No, take the bus off the road for 2 hours, park it down a side street, then they'll learn their lesson. Okay, so I think I might end this live stream so that I can go back to shooting with my normal camera. I don't know if you can see it there. I'll probably try and shoot. I've shot a lot of footage today because I joined the MMDA at around, I don't know, around 5:45 a.m. So I've shot a lot of footage. It's already, I don't know what time it is, maybe 8:15, 8:30. So I'll probably shoot the end of my video and then you might see that later today. So thank you to everyone who tuned in. Did that bus just unload? No. So thank you to everyone who tuned in and stay tuned for the video.